How y'all doing tonight? Tonight we're going to do a little recipe for a taco pie. I got this from one of my buddies off of YouTube. He's got the channel called Vlog, and I'll go ahead and post a link to it in the description here, but I've changed the recipe up just a little bit, but I got the idea from him, so it seems like a really good recipe. We're going to start out with this taco pie. We're going to make the crust out of some croissants. These are just the original breakfast croissants you get here from the grocery store, and I'm going to press them out here in a pan. Okay, I've got me a Pyrex here. Go ahead and put some of these croissants in the bottom of it, which I'm not going to like roll them up like the croissants, but I'm going to use this croissant dough. So let's try to unroll them. Just going to make a layer here on the bottom like this. It's croissant dough. Hopefully everything doesn't stick together. This will be good, just like this. We'll go ahead and make a layer here on the bottom and try to get up on the sides. Let's go ahead and do this. Shouldn't take too long. Doesn't look too bad. I may try to have to press it out a little bit to kind of stretch the dough a little bit. I've got 2 cans, so we go ahead and see what we can do with these 2 cans of this croissant dough. Okay, now we got looks like everything kind of covered here in the Pyrex pan with the dough. And I'm gonna set this in the refrigerator and just let it sit for a minute. I'll go ahead and we'll start browning this meat. Okay, now I'm gonna brown the ground meat. I've got about 2.5 pounds of ground meat here, 80-20. Move that off on there, in there. And we're just gonna brown this meat. While this ground meat's brown, I'm gonna go ahead and add a can of Rotel with the juice. Just help it kind of loosen it up a little bit. Like I said, it'll just take a few minutes to get everything all browned up here and ready to add some of the seasonings. Okay, now that I get that ground meat brown with that Rotel and everything, I'm gonna strain it into a strainer here. Just gonna let that strain. Now I've got my oven preheated to about 400 degrees. And what we'll do now, I'm gonna take that crust, the crescent rolls, I'm putting in the oven for about 7 minutes and let them about halfway cook or so. I'm gonna check them about after 5. I'm gonna see how they do. Okay, meanwhile while that's cooking, I took these Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, crushed them up in a Ziploc bag here. We're going to use those for a couple stages in this recipe. So go ahead and have these ready just while letting that crust cook. Okay, also while that crust is cooking, let's get back to our meat. I've got about, I think it's about 1.5 cups of water here. Maybe I should pour out a little, maybe just about a cup of water is all I need. I'm going to take 2 packs of this taco seasoning. They both call for 3/4 cup of water, but I'm going to cut that water way back here, okay? So, 1, 2. Then we're going to just mix this all together here. Everything nice and thick. Turn this back about medium heat. I'm gonna put this the meat back in there. Okay, trying to drip too much meat now that's drained and everything. Now let's put this sauce in there. And we'll stir everything all together. I'm gonna get everything out of it. Also, hold on just a second. I'm gonna get something else. Hit this with a little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of garlic powder. It's going to give it a good little flavor there. Just stir this around and mix everything in. Make sure I get all the spices out of this taco seasoning. That's good. I got this on medium heat. Now I may just move this off the heat, and I'm going to take that crust out when we get started on it. Okay, went in and add another can of rotel. I got this chipotle chili pepper here. Just add some chili powder. I did drain that can of rotel. I add a little bit of that too. I just like a little bit more kick on my stuff here. Go ahead and just stir this around. Now turn the heat off on this. Just let this meat sit here, cook with these tomatoes and everything, with this rotel. And I think it'll be real good. In fact, I had about half another thing this taco season. I put 2 in here with that water. It's another half I had just left over. Go ahead and put that in there. So that's 2.5 packets of taco season actually is going into this. And 2 cans of rotel, drain, and some garlic powder. Okay, you go ahead and just turn the heat off on that, and we'll go to the crust. Like this crust over here, got about half cooked. Got to pull it out. I'm gonna take some of these crushed up Doritos I got. We're going to sprinkle them over here. I let this crust cook on about 375 to 400 for about 6 minutes. Just want it to rise most of the way because you do not want a gooey crust with this. Okay. Try to kind of cover the bottom with that. We won't put a thick layer by no means. We're going to put a little bit down there. Okay. Now we're going to get back over here, getting this meat back on. Okay, so I got my chips down over about 3/4 of the way cooked crescent rolls. Now I'm going to put this meat mixture down over the chips. There we go. Let's get the meat, got the rotel, got that nice taco sauce in there. It's real good. Okay. Press that all right down to the shell. Oh, it'd be awful if this just fell in the sink. So there we go. Get that pressed in the shell. Right now I like to take a little bit of salsa, whatever salsa you like, drip a little bit on there, whatever you want to do. It's kind of a spicy salsa. If you don't like spicy salsa, use a mild. It depends on how your meat is. If it's a little bit drier, use a little bit more. I'm not going to use that much because my meat mixture is not that dry. Okay. Just add a little bit more taste, a little bit more flavor. Okay. Got that going there. I'm going to get some cheese. Got some shredded cheese here. It's about 2 cups. Just want to see how it does. I don't need more than this though. Yeah, we'll need a little bit more cheese, but I'm gonna kind of spread this cheese out a little bit up there, and then I'm gonna put some jalapenos. Once I get these jalapenos out, I'm gonna put another layer of cheese. Okay, now I got the cheese on there and the jalapenos. I'm gonna go ahead with a little bit more cheese. The spots of missing cheese, because you want a good layer of cheese on top of this meat, for sure. When I'm making, to be honest with you, this is a double recipe, so about everything I've seen, I'll put links at Vlog's recipe. You can cut this in half. I just add a couple things to his recipe and double his recipe. So here, let's get this nice layer of cheese down here. Everything all smothered and covered. Alright, on that. Now we'll come back with some more of these chips. Got these smushed up Doritos. Put a good little layer of them on top, add a little crispiness. Yeah, it's going to be like real good. Nice little topping of that on there. And now I'm going to stick in the oven for about 12 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. We got an oven at 375. Okay, so it's been in the oven for 12 minutes. Browned up just right. Now I'm going to add the finishing touch. Just a little bit of sour cream on the top. I just took some sour cream and put it in a Ziploc bag. You can use a baker's piping bag or something if you want to. Let's kind of get on here even. Kind of looks kind of neat, I guess. And we'll just pump some of the sour cream over the top and let it sit here for a few minutes. And it looks real good. I know it smells good, and I'm sure it's going to taste good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish pumping this sour cream here on top, this top layer, and we'll let it sit here for about 5 minutes and just set up. And then we'll give it a cut. Okay, let's go ahead and try to serve a piece up here. See what I can do. Yeah. Looks really good. Look at that. Oh wow. Look at all those layers. You got your taco, you got your crust, you got your sour cream, meat, veggies. Go ahead and give it a taste here. It smells fantastic. Go ahead and taste it and see how it is. Okay. The crust and everything in here. Tell you what, it's great. It's a lot better than I thought it was. Thank you so much, mine from Vlog. Everybody give me this idea, because this really turned out good. Not only is it quick and it's easy, but it's really good to eat. Hope you try this, seriously. It's a good little recipe.